our digital media crew realized it was 5 years ago today that we did an interview with Eric from the class stand over there in Hanover. We were up on that mezzanine.
Yeah.
And she showed it to me. And there was some talk about what the next 5 years would bring there. And she said, let's go back and see, how the last 5 years went. And just, there's been a lot of change, of course, not to mention COVID. But I thought it'd be a good opportunity to get back and kind of, line these two up. Both, we did this 5 years ago, and here's what 5 years later looked like.
Hi, welcome to Class Live. I'm Mike Lessiter, editor and publisher of Farm Equipment from the United States. We're over here in Hanover, Germany today, and we're going to spend a few minutes here talking with Eric Raby, President and General Manager of Sales for Class North America. Hello, Eric.
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Great to see you today.
Good. Welcome to the 2019 Agritechnica Farm Show here in Hanover. Glad you could make it and be with us.
And here's what we look like 5 years later, too. And I think it's a testament to our fortitude.
Yeah. Can I throw a couple questions your way?
Yeah, absolutely.
So the first one, Eric, 5 years ago today, we were in Hanover, and we did an interview in which you said that the plan was for Class to double its revenue in North America over the next 5 years.
So we've got some big announcements here at Class this year, starting with this bright green and new colored equipment. Tell us about that.
Sure. So back in July, we had our dealer meeting in Omaha, Nebraska, where we brought all of our dealers from the United States and Canada in, and really did try to do a lot of things. First was showcase some new equipment, talk about distribution of challenges and opportunities that we have for them, and really to charge them with the growth that we want to see in North America. And I made the statement twice to them. I said, our goal over the next 5 years is to double the amount of business that Claas does in North America. So this gives us yet another opportunity for some of our dealers that came with us on this trip to Agritechnica to further expand that message that we're talking about.
Lots happened, of course, but we want to take a step back and see how you would recap the last 5 years and how you did on those projections, even knowing that the world had suddenly changed around you 3 months later.
Yeah, it was obviously we all went through quite a shift in our lives shortly thereafter. But I guess one of the good things to come out of COVID, and we always look for silver linings, and I always say one of the silver linings is our ability to do what we're doing right now, and that is kind of, at the drop of a hat or a thought of, hey, I'd like to connect with someone, we can do that. And I think we all got really quite good at that during COVID. But if you go back to the original question and kind of what our aspirations were in Hanover, we felt like with the new product that we had coming out, we felt like we had just kind of evolved our organization to the next level. We were really poised for greatness, if you will. And it had a lot of good things going our way. The markets were pretty darn good then. Our used equipment inventories were down, and everybody was quite excited, especially coming off of that summer. We had our introduction in Omaha, and so we felt pretty good that, hey, let's come up with some really big idea here. And we did that at the meeting that we had in Omaha with our dealers that summer, and said, we're going to, in the course of 5 years, along with your help as our dealers, we're going to double our business. And there was a big round of applause, and everybody's like, yeah, that's a great idea. And then our presentation ended, and we're out, before dinner or whatever, talking with people. And someone had the audacity to come up to me and say, well, how are you going to do that? And I said, I have no idea, but I'm confident we can do it. But, one of the great things about that, it was just kind of a thought that came to our head is, hey, we are in a really good position that we could double our business. And that could mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And in this case, it was kind of very fortuitous for us, because in some areas we had dealers who were stronger on combines, but were just getting into the tractor business, or stronger on forage harvesters that need to sell more of our balers and hay tools. And I think what we told them is that in whatever aspect that you are in, you have the ability to double your customer satisfaction, or double your baler hay tool business, or double a part of your business. And in 5 years, when we come back with one another, you can share the stories of how did you do that? What did it mean to you? How did you relay that to your employees? And it became somewhat malleable, but at the end of the day, you could ask almost any dealer, and certainly every Kloss employee that we have, what do we want to do? We want to double our business. So it really was quite positive for us. I think the good news is that we were not only able to do that and then some, we were able to do it a little bit more quickly than we had anticipated. We actually ended up after our fourth fiscal year in that position. And a lot of people will say, well, yeah, but you had supply chain issues and we had extraordinary price increases and all that. So I asked our bean counters if they would to go back, and I said, if you were to peel out all of the extraordinary price increases that we saw in our industry, and we just looked at it as the normal, let's call it 3 to 5% per annum increases, how did we do? And we still doubled our number. So we were very, very happy about that.
Very good. Yeah, I was curious as to where that would, how that would have shaken out no less with a worldwide crisis in the first year of that 5-year plan.
No, it was certainly a challenge for everyone, but the demand was really there. And I would say one of the great things, even as far away as we are from some of the production sites that we have, not all, like combines, we're right in our back door. But we were prioritizing North America as a growth opportunity for the Kloss Group. And we did everything possible to make sure that we had as uninterrupted a supply chain as possible. Yeah, we did have some delays here and there, but none were extraordinary that we couldn't work around by using a trade-in machine or helping a dealer out however we needed to. But one thing that really I was quite proud of is our combine production facility in Omaha. We shipped 100% of every combine that was ordered before the end of that fiscal year. So that was really, I would say, a testament to not only everyone buying into, hey, we can do this, but even in the face of COVID, I don't think we missed but maybe 1.5 days of production during COVID. And I think the first day was when we had to shut down and we're like, okay, what do we do? And the other half day was when we had our first positive case and we said, oh, what do we do now? And we went in and extraordinarily cleaned everything and those type things. But then after a while, we kind of got the hang of it. We segregated different parts of the business, did our social distancing, all that. But every day, the same people came in, built the same high quality combines, and it was really good. If you can build combines under those conditions, you can build combines about any time, anywhere.
Looking back from that day in Hanover, now with the rearview mirror, the achievements you were most proud of in that 5-year period, whether they were manufacturing, whether they were dealer distribution, what have you?
Yeah, I think, the thing that I was probably most proud of is that everyone clearly understood what we wanted to do, but they all had the latitude to do it in a way that made sense to them. But with the underlying, I would say, driving force or the underlying factor that this has to be aimed, number one, at improving the lives and operations of our customers, improving the lives and operations of the dealers that we serve and the people that work for those dealers, and finally, being more fulfilling as a Kloss employee. It's great to grow the business, but we want everybody to feel like that they're part of something and that they're contributing to something. And it's hard to do. I mean, it's not the easiest thing. You can sit here and say we want everybody to feel like they're part of the team, and hopefully they do. But it does take some proactive measures to make sure that we're reaching out to the people that are on the production line, that the people in the parts warehouse know what's going on, that the technicians at the dealership level know what's going on. And so we instituted an annual letter that was quite extensive. I've got to start my new one right now, actually. Basically just giving everyone in the dealership a recap of what happened. And it's not always the best news. I mean, if I take a look at 2024, man, we were off as an industry and ourselves off to a rousing start, a great quarter one. And then as my dad once said, the wheels fell off our wagon, and not literally, but obviously things slowed down quite dramatically. But I think the resilience that we showed in the face of something like a COVID, I go back to those silver linings. I think it did prove out the resilience that we have. Not only, agriculture in general, but our industry, serving agriculture, is very resilient. And I think we proved to ourselves that, hey, we're going to get through this. And we had some really good times in that 5 years. We're going through a cycle right now. And I told the group, we have weekly calls with different groups throughout North and South America. And I said, right now, it's really important from the standpoint of leadership. It's easy to say you're a leader when things are going good, but it's harder to be a leader when things are not going so good. And it's not to tell people that things are better than they are, but it's to tell the people they're better than the conditions are. And we need to reinforce that, and especially the number of young people. I'm so happy we continue to bring young people into class, young people into the ag equipment business, and young people into agriculture in general. But a lot of them haven't been through what we're going through now. I mean, as seasoned, I use that word kind of tongue in cheek, as seasoned as we are, we've been through it before. And, it's part and parcel for what we do. But I think one of the things is really using this not only as a learning experience, but a preparatory experience for when the market does start to come back, that you don't get into this rubber band cycle of when things are good, I'm staffing up higher than I need to. When things are bad, I'm cutting workforce more than I need to. And you get this elasticity that you really don't need. You don't want to work people too much when things are good, but at the same time, you don't want to send people home when things aren't so good. So again, a lot of things that you learn out of these, and the older you get, the more you learn, maybe the less are retaining. But at the same time, I think it's I wouldn't trade it for anything else in the world. And I hope that everyone that I get the opportunity to work with feels the same as they go along in their careers I have.